the Puppet Motel. I log in every day. I know the neighborhood well.
I was just 12 years old when Laurie Anderson released her album Bright Red. I remember being scared of the third track, which is called The Puppet Motel. The song featured a darker and weirder Laurie Anderson than what I had heard as a child. Now, this Laurie Anderson sounded like she had spent a little too much time with the avant-garde performance rock band, The Residents.
How about the residents of the Puppet Motel?
It was the first time I'd ever heard bit-crushed drum tracks on top of layers of ghostly sounds with a very distinctive tritonal guitar part.
So if you think we live in a modern world where everything is clean and swell.
It probably wasn't good for my childhood, and it still kind of rubs me the wrong way, in all honesty. Now, I grew up with the very radio-friendly Strange Angels album.
Strange angels singing just for me.
And the concert film Home of the Brave, which features lots of happy music and Adrian Belew bouncing around on stage with this famous rubberneck guitar. Super cool. Now, sure, her album's Big Science and Mr. Heartbreak also had some pretty strange tracks, but they weren't particularly dark or creepy. Bright Red is dark and creepy.
A plague, a black plague. There's danger everywhere.
Now, hearing Bright Red the first time was like hearing Radiohead's Kid A after getting to know them through their album OK Computer. It was very commercial friendly, but then you hear Kid A, and I bought it like the day it came out when I was in college. And I brought it to my dorm room and I played it for the first time, and I was certain I'd received the wrong product or there was some sort of CD manufacturing error. It was so strange and unlike what I expected and wanted it to be. I wanted more of what was familiar to me, like OK Computer. Now, I hadn't quite learned yet that real artists evolve over time. Like Strange Angels, Bright Red is a very musical album. But like Kid A, it's a very dark turn away from what I expected after many listens to older albums. Now, first off, Bright Red was produced by Brian Eno, which may explain some things. There are several classic spoken song performances only done as Laurie Anderson can, with references to writer Annie Dillard.
Like in that Annie Dillard book, where she sees that eagle with the skull of a weasel hanging from its neck.
The Bible.
Wild beasts shall rest there, and owls shall answer one another there, and the hairy ones shall dance there, and sirens in the temples of pleasure.
And working through significant periods of loss.
When my father died, we put him in the ground. When my father died, it was like a whole library burned down.
She performs a somber Hocket with Arto Lindsay.
Your
Shirt
on
my
chair.
She sings with her late husband, Lou Reed.
In our sleep, as we speak,
Listen to the drums beat in our sleep.
And plays with guys like Adrian Belew and Mark Ribot. And speaking of Arto Lindsay, check out this clip of him sharing his guitar tuning on national television.
Before we go any further, I just wanted to have, if you could just demonstrate quickly your guitar. I saw you playing it earlier. We all enjoyed it enormously. If I could just hear a little of how it's... Could you just go through the notes one at a time? Thank you. Yes. That was wonderful, wasn't it? That's what I call real modernism. Now,
musically, I think Bright Red is timeless, with very few signs that it was recorded almost 30 years ago. Some of the synthesizer sounds are a little bit dated, but otherwise the instruments sound great. It's well mixed, and the material holds up today. The drums in particular stand out on this album because they're so unconventional and artistic. They're performed by Joey Barron, who's done a lot of work with David Bowie, Bill Frisell, Fred Frith, and John Zorn. Really, Barron's drumming is such an enjoyable highlight on this album.
Down by the muddy river.
Now, because it was the early 1990s, Laurie also released a CD-ROM to accompany the album, which now lives on in YouTube videos and, surprisingly, on the Internet Archive, where you can download it and experience the original release for free. So check it out. It's reminiscent of the old mystery game The Seventh Guest and the Residents CD-ROM Freak Show. And the album opens with a drum solo performance and Laurie's signature storytelling. There's marching snare and some light cymbal and hi-hat work. It's a song called Speechless, which sets the tone for the rest of the album. The second song, Bright Red, is the one I mentioned with Arto Lindsay. I love this piece. It's completely unique, electronic, and mysterious. And there's really nothing like it.
I'll
Be.
there
I'll never.
leave you.
Yeah, you just won't hear another song that sounds like that song. Now, I wish I could pretend to understand the lyrics, but I can definitely feel them. And I think that's something so unique about this album. The music is so supportive of the darkness and depth of the lyrics. Now, I'm not someone who typically listens to lyrics, but some lines just penetrate my ears. Like on the track Speak My Language.
Daddy, Daddy. It was just like you said. Now that the living outnumber the dead.
Or her duet with Lou Reed, In Our Sleep. The vocals are the album's focal point and authentically delivered so that they can't possibly blend into the background.
In our sleep, as we speak, listen to the drums beat in our sleep.
Now, nearly everything Laurie Anderson has done is authentic art, but this album really stands out to me. I recently rewatched her concert film, Home of the Brave, on the big screen here, and it was such a treat. I was like nearly in tears at the childlike freedom and creativity on display. If you haven't watched it, you can find the whole thing on YouTube. It's amazing, amazing work. Please check it out. So why is this album a jaw dropper? Well, it's kind of like a specter in my life. During times of silence or sadness, I'll find this album haunting me just somewhere in my subconscious. And I don't know if it's left some sort of dark, indelible mark on me, but it's there and it's undeniable. And I'll never forget the first time I heard the processed drums opening The Puppet Motel with Laurie's eerie vocal delivery. It just sounds like an album that came from the future to fester in my mind. It's hard to describe. So let me know in the comments if you're a fan of this record. And let me know what you think of Laurie's music in general. She's definitely an acquired taste, but Strange Angels is a great way to get your feet wet. And if you're looking for excellent commentary on today's political landscape in America, be sure to check out her track, Only an Expert.
So when experts say, let's get to the root of the problem, let's take control of the problem, because if you take control of the problem, you can solve the problem. Now often this doesn't work at all, because the situation is completely out of control.